The skies above Varela Prime were burning. What had once been a lush trade world of forests and crystal lakes now shuddered under the bombardment of a merciless armada. The invading fleets came from the core Dominion, an empire known for devouring weaker civilizations. Their massive ships darkened the sun, and their cannons reduced cities into glowing scars across the landscape. The defenders had fought bravely, but their resistance was crumbling. Every orbiting defense platform had fallen. Every ship in their navy lay in ruin. At the center of the chaos stood Commander Allen, leader of the planetary defense. His command center was buried beneath the capital city, its screens flashing red warnings. Every transmission from orbit reported the same thing: defeat. "We can't hold them," said his aide, voice trembling. "Our orbital guns are silent. The fleet is gone. They'll breach the last shield dome within the hour." Allen looked at the comms console where a single beacon flashed, faint but constant. The distress signal had been sent days ago, calling for help from any remaining allies. None had replied. The Galactic Council had already abandoned them. The Council's last message had been one of regret and resignation. "You must surrender, Commander," his aide whispered. "No one is coming." Allen clenched his fists. Someone has to come, but even he didn't believe it anymore. Above the planet, the core fleet advanced methodically. Their ships were vast and predatory, each carrying weapons capable of scouring a continent. At their head flew the flagship Dominion Spear, a symbol of unstoppable conquest. Its admiral watched the dying world with cold satisfaction. "Transmit message to surface," he ordered. "Tell them the Dominion claims this world. Resistance is over." The transmission cut through the static clouds and reached the surviving defense centers. The voice of the enemy admiral echoed through the tunnels, smooth and merciless. "Surrender your world. The Council will not come for you. No one will." Allen listened, then deactivated the channel. He could not bring himself to answer. There was nothing left to say. Then, through the roar of bombardment, a faint tone echoed across the comms board. A signal, unknown, sharp, encrypted with a pattern no one recognized. The operator stared at it in disbelief. "Commander, we're receiving something. Not Council frequency. Not Dominion. It's coming from deep space near the outer gate. Put it through," the speakers crackled. A voice emerged, firm and calm. "This is Terran Fleet Command to any surviving defenders of Varela Prime. We received your distress signal. Hold your positions. Reinforcements are inbound." The room fell silent. Allen stared at the comms officer. "Repeat that," he said quietly. The voice came again. "This is Terran Fleet Command. We are coming." For a moment, no one spoke. The officer blinked. "Terran? As in Earth?" Allen's pulse quickened. Earth. Humanity. The old legends. The species exiled generations ago from the Council's core worlds. Dismissed as reckless and dangerous. Few believed they still existed, let alone that they had fleets capable of crossing galaxies. But the voice was real. The aide whispered, "That's impossible. The humans vanished centuries ago." Allen looked up at the display where the transmission originated. "Then tell me why they're answering a distress call no one else did." Outside, the night sky flared white. The first Terran ships arrived not with ceremony, but like a storm breaking through the void. They dropped out of hyperspace in formation, their drives leaving trails of ionized fire across the darkness. Sensors across the core armada went wild. Unknown signatures appeared where moments ago there had been only empty space. Hundreds of ships. Sleek, angular, bristling with energy. At the center of their formation was something enormous, a warship larger than anything the Dominion had ever seen. Its hull was dark and silent, its surface glowing with lines of blue light. It bore no insignia except a single mark, a stylized thunderbolt over a silver world. The Corps Admiral's eyes widened. "Identify them. Unknown class. Unknown drive. They're human," his tactical officer said slowly. "Human ships," the Admiral frowned. Humanity was exiled. They had no fleets, he was wrong. Humanity had been gone for centuries, yes, but they had not vanished. When they were cast out of the Council, humanity had gone beyond the known galaxy. They had built new colonies, forged their own technology, and learned to fight in the silence between stars. For generations they had waited, watching from the edge of the void, while the galaxy that had rejected them fell into complacency. Now, they had returned. The first transmission from the human flagship was short. "To the core Dominion forces, attacking Varela Prime," said a voice deep and commanding. Cease your assault and withdraw immediately. This planet is under the protection of the Terran Union. The Corps Admiral laughed. Empty threats. Fire on them. Thousands of plasma lances streaked toward the new arrivals. They struck the human formation like rain against a storm shield and vanished. A ripple of blue energy expanded outward, absorbing the barrage without even dimming the glow of the ships. Then the humans answered. The Terran flagship fired once. A single beam of white light sliced through the void and struck the Dominion spear. The Corps Admiral's bridge filled with light, and his final thought was disbelief. When the glow faded, the Dominion spear was gone. Not wrecked, erased. The rest of the Corps fleet broke formation. Some tried to retreat, but space around them began to distort. The human fleet was moving faster than their sensors could track. Terran ships darted through the gaps, firing with precision, cutting down cruisers and battleships in moments. Their weapons were unlike anything the Dominion had seen. Compact, silent, devastating. From the surface, Alan and his team watched through grainy satellite feeds. The sky above Varela Prime flickered with streaks of fire. Every bright line was a core ship dying. Alan's aide whispered, "They're tearing them apart." Alan didn't answer. He was too stunned. The humans weren't just winning. They were orchestrating a symphony of destruction, every movement calculated, every shot measured. It was not chaos. It was control. Within an hour, the sky cleared. The Dominion Armada, which had once numbered thousands, was gone. Only debris remained, drifting like dust across the stars. Then a transmission came from orbit. "This is Admiral Halen of the Terran Union Fleet," said the voice. "Varela Prime, your skies are clear. Prepare for relief operations. You are safe." For the first time in days, Commander Allen smiled. When the Terran fleet descended, the people of Varela saw ships larger than cities, moving with the grace of wind. The humans emerged clad in armor of silver and blue, their emblems glowing faintly under the planetary light. They moved with quiet discipline, their every gesture precise. Admiral Halen met Allen at the base of the shattered defense dome. "You called," the Admiral said. "We answered." Allen nodded, struggling to find words. "We didn't think anyone would." Halen's eyes softened. "We've been gone a long time, but we never stopped watching. We came back when it mattered." As relief teams spread through the ruined city, Varela's citizens gathered to see the newcomers. To many, they were legends made flesh. Word spread quickly through the surviving networks of the galaxy. The Dominion's defeat sent shockwaves through every government. The Galactic Council convened an emergency session, their delegates shouting over one another in disbelief. "Humanity," one delegate asked. They were gone. They can't have that kind of power. But the images from Varela proved otherwise. Entire fleets destroyed in minutes, energy shields beyond comprehension, weapons that defied known physics. The Council's chair turned pale. If humanity has returned, the balance of the galaxy has changed. Meanwhile, aboard the Terran flagship, Admiral Halen watched the repaired orbital beacons flicker back online. "Transmit message to Fleet Command," he said. "Operation Homeward Thunder complete. Varela secured." His second-in-command looked at him curiously. "Do you think the Council will respond?" Halen's expression didn't change. "They already have. Fear always answers faster than words." Below, Commander Allen approached the Admiral once more. "What will you do now?" Halen gazed at the stars. "We rebuild what was broken. We defend those who still believe in freedom. The galaxy thought humanity was gone, but we were only waiting for a reason to return." He paused. "And now, we have one." As the Terran fleet prepared to depart, the people of Varela lined the shattered streets to watch the silver ships ascend. They rose slowly, their engines humming with restrained power, leaving trails of light that painted the clouds. To those below, it was as if thunder itself had taken form and lifted into the heavens. The Dominion's surviving commanders gathered at the edge of their territory, their pride burned away. Their scouts reported impossible numbers, more human fleets emerging from deep space, fleets bearing names like Iron Tempest, Solar Wrath, Eternal Vigil, each one larger, stronger, more precise. The Corps Emperor, upon hearing of the destruction of his armada, demanded vengeance, but even his most loyal generals hesitated. None wished to face the storm that had erased 1,000 ships in an hour. The galaxy had learned a lesson that day. When the Council had exiled humanity, they believed they were ridding themselves of a threat. They had not realized they were creating something far greater. The humans had gone beyond the edge of the map and built an empire of their own. They had forged unity through exile, strength through survival, and power through necessity. They had become a force that no one could match.